Great Barrier Reef.
I give the call to the honourable member for Capricornia.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I move the motion relating to the Great Barrier Reef in the terms in which it appears on the notice paper.
The member for Capricornia has the call.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. When one thinks about what makes this planet so special, the thought of the great natural wonders spread across its surface, from the Grand Canyon in the United States to Mount Everest in Nepal, humans are in constant awe of the power, beauty and spectacle of the truly incredible things Mother Nature is capable of. In 1997, American news service CNN compiled its list of the 7 natural wonders of the world. 7. Just 7 examples round the globe that stands alone as magnificent examples of nature, offering both beauty and power. The list followed in the footsteps of previous well-known lists, such as 7 Wonders of the World, which featured the most significant examples of man-made magnificence. Structures as the Hanging Gardens of Babylon and the Great Pyramids of Giza. Each time any person or organisation creates a list of the most important, unique natural wonders, the Great Barrier Reef is always sure to factor. Stretching some 2,300 kilometres along the tropical east coast of the great state of Queensland, the Reef, as we affectionately know it, is the size of a mountain range and as vibrant as a carnival. It is the world's largest coral reef, home to thousands of species of coral, fish, birds, whales, dugongs and plankton. It is an integral resource for not only Capricornia or Queensland, but the national economy. While I'm proud to represent the fishers, tour operators, moteliers, etc. of my electorate who rely so directly on the Great Barrier Reef, the story is a much broader and more compelling one across the reef's whole footprint. For thousands of years, Australians have relied on the bounty provided by the reef. Modern Australia is no different. A 2017 report conducted by Deloitte Australia placed the value of the Great Barrier Reef as a not-to-be-sneezed at $6.4 billion and estimated its effect on the workforce to be in the value of 64,000 direct and indirect jobs. These are huge figures and figures that must not be ignored, and I'm pleased to know that they are not being ignored by this coalition government. This is a government that, unlike those opposite when they were in power, identifies issues and deals with them in a pragmatic manner. We don't just get sad and signal our virtue, we get in and address the real issues. Among the reef's greatest identified threats are runoff pollution and the crown of thorns starfish. The recent announcement of $500 million towards addressing these threats was met with open arms recently by 2 groups in my local community, tourism operators and farmers. The latter may surprise you, but it is our farmers and graziers who have made huge inroads into addressing runoff. Since the Howard government's reef package well over a decade ago, Natural Resource Organisation and landholders have been working together to lighten the impact on the reef. Simple projects like putting in extra water points, fencing off creeks and utilising more sophisticated spraying techniques make big differences to what and how much makes its way downstream and onto the reef. We know that managing runoff is key to keeping water quality high and the crown of thorn numbers low. These projects also have the added benefit of helping landholders better manage their land, in turn driving further economic benefit. Increasing ground cover means not only less dirt runs away, it means more moisture is held within the soil, grass can grow more quickly and more stock can feed from the same area. Using more sophisticated techniques for herbicides or fertilisers not only means less chance of these chemicals running off onto the reef, but also means landholders are able to use less to do more, saving more money while increasing the output. This means that while these policies are addressing the real factors for the reef's health, they are also improving the productivity and resilience of our rural communities. An approach very different to those opposite who have our rural communities effectively shut down for the sake of the reef, placing ideology ahead of a pragmatic solution. The greatest threats to the reef are being addressed by this government, and with $500 million on the table, I am confident we can continue to see improvements. I wholeheartedly endorse the government's strategy to address the perils facing one of the world's 7 natural wonders and look forward to getting home to enjoy its tropical waters. I move this motion.